Maybe you're spending hours every day glued to your screen trying to figure out the next move of the market. You've watched videos, read books, and maybe even spent thousands of dollars in courses and mentorships. But despite all of your efforts, you're still stuck in a perpetual state of red. Does that sound familiar? Because if it does, just know that you are not alone. In fact, many traders find themselves battling this painful reality. And that is they've got high hopes, but their bank accounts keep draining and their credit card balance keeps skyrocketing. And why is that? That's because they're falling for some of the most common myths about futures prop firms. And today, being a $6 million funded futures trader, I'm here to debunk the 5 common myths with futures prop firms and show you how you can finally turn your trading around so that you can get on that right path towards being a profitable trader. Myth number 1, 50K accounts is the best account size for futures prop firms. Maybe you've heard this myth that somehow it's easier, less risk, and more manageable with 50K accounts. But if you're still struggling with prop firms, you already know how tough it is to stay consistent and to hit those profit targets. The problem isn't just the size of the account, it is the constant pressure, the trailing drawdown limits, the 10 trading days, knowing that you're just one bad trade away from blowing all your accounts, and it feels suffocating, isn't it? But if you understand this one metric I'm about to share with you, everything will change. Ratio to profit is a concept that you must understand in order to be successful. On the left, we have 50K account here. On the right, we have a 300K account. With Apex, they have a profit goal of $3,000 before your evaluation is passed and a $2,500 in trailing drawdown. On the other hand, the 300K account has a $20,000 profit goal and a $7,500 in daily drawdown. Now, this is very important. Why? Because obviously, the higher the profit you have to reach, the harder it is to get there. Not only that, the trailing drawdown that's given you is also a deciding factor. $3,000 in profit goal divided by the daily drawdown, which is $2,500, gives you a ratio to profit of 1.2. The lower the number for RTP or ratio to profit, the easier it is for you to get to your goal. For 300K accounts, $20,000 divided by 7,500 gives you an RTP of 2.66. If we divide this number by 1.2, which is the previous number we had for 50K account, we can see that it is 2.2 times harder to pass a 300K account than it is to pass a 50K account. And so when people look at this, they're like, oh, let's go with the 50K. It's cheaper, it's easier to pass, but they forget this one thing. And that is your goal is not just to pass the eval. Your goal is to make money. Apex requires you to have a $2,600 profit before you can request a payout. And for a 300K account, they require you to have $7,600 in profit before you can request a payout. So now the math completely changes. If we take the profit goal of $2,600 for a 50K account divided by the trailing drawdown of $2,500, that gives us an RTP of 1.04. On the other hand, if we take the $7,600 required for a $300,000 account, divide that by $7,500 in trailing drawdown, we have a 1.01 RTP ratio to profit. That means that it is easier to get the payout with a $300,000 account than it is with a 50K account. Most people don't know this because they're just thinking evals. In fact, your likelihood of getting the payout is less with a 50K account than a 300K account. But the objection is still that 300K accounts are much harder to pass because they have a higher RTP. But fear not, because I have a strategy that levels the playing field for 50Ks and 300K accounts. The pass rate is exactly the same, so if you understand that the pass rate for 50Ks and 300Ks are exactly the same using my eval passing strategy, then there's no reason why you wouldn't use a 300K account, because number one, it's easier for you to get the payout with 300Ks, and number two, Apex allows you to withdraw $3,500 with a 300K account versus only $2,000 with a 50K account. Almost double of what you can withdraw with a 300K. And so from now on, if you want to make more profits, withdraw more payouts, then stop buying into the myth that 50K accounts are the best, because math has proven that 300K accounts will give you more profits and higher success to getting the payout once you pass the evals. Myth number 2, copy trading is good to increase increase your profits. It is easy to think that using a trade copier to replicate trades across multiple accounts is a smart way to boost your profits. I mean, after all, you do see big YouTubers talking about how they're copy trading their accounts, 20 accounts at a time, and they're having success. But unfortunately, what you don't realize is that the average trader will not be able to successfully execute this. In fact, copy trading can actually do more harm than good. Why? Because when a trade goes against you, it doesn't just affect one account, it affects every single account that you have copy traded on. Is it really worth it to have one bad trade to wipe out the gains in all your other accounts? Myth number 3, mastering ICT SMC concepts will make you a profitable trader. And you can replace ICT with any other trading methods you've seen online. But at the end of the day, it's not the strategy that actually makes you money. If that is the case, then you'll have to ask yourself why ICT himself has been exposed of what some people call a fraud. If you will understand this one thing, you will do much better in your trading, and that is stop focusing on directional bias, rather focus on statistical favor. Myth number 4, prop firms rules are here to help you become a more consistent trader. That is what they say. But is that really the truth? Make no mistake about it, the 10 trading rules, the trailing drawdown, dollar cost averaging rule that prohibits you from building into a trade with risk management, all of that is there to make it harder for you to get to your payout. Myth number 5, go and get millions of dollars in funded accounts. I saw this promo the other day for serious day traders only. Become a funded trader in 12 weeks guaranteed, even if you're unprofitable and have no strategy. I laughed out loud because do you know how easy it is to pass an eval and to be funded with a $300K account? And so according to common wisdom, I have $3 million in funded capital. To me, that $3 million quote-unquote funded capital means nothing. Why? Because the PA accounts are just virtual money. You don't get that money until you lock it in with a payout. Because when you're not paid out, all those quote-unquote profits you see on the screen are fake.